Hai guys, selamat datang lagi di Tigerly Official Gaming Channel, tempat dimana kita bermain game bersama sampai tamat guys. Nah, kali ini kita akan lanjutkan perjalanan Clive di Final Fantasy 16 ya, dan ini sudah cukup jauh guys. So, apabila kamu ingin menonton dari awal, silahkan cek playlist yang aku taruh di video ini. Itu lengkap dari awal cerita sampai sekarang guys. Dan jangan lupa juga dibantu untuk subscribe ya, agar kamu tidak ketinggalan update berikutnya di channel ini, dan support kamu akan ngebantu channel ini biar bisa grow up guys. So, thank you untuk support kamu ya guys, dan tanpa menunggu lama lagi, mari kita lanjutkan bermain game Final Fantasy 16.
Sid. Just the man I was hoping to see. Did you have a mo?
Don't tell me. You need more bomb ash.
Oh no, we still got plenty of that left. I'm working on bringing another one of the Chief's designs to life. This time, it's a new smelter. It's got a reverberatory hood over the top for additional thermo amplification and a system of reciprocal recirculatory regenerators that let's just say it gets very blimmin' hot. A heck of a lot hotter than anything Blackthorn's got in his forge, that's for certain. Only mithril engines get hotter, and you can't chuck ore in one of them and get metal out the other end. Trouble is, we won't be able to make out of any old rubbish neither. We need the good stuff. And I hear you once helped Helena get her hands on exactly that. Any chance you could help me too?
If it's for the good of the hideaway, I'd be happy to.
Oh, it is. I promise you.
So, what exactly is this good stuff you need me to find?
We've got a couple of examples here. Spherical echoes, we call them.
More fallen materials. So this smelter is similar to the mithril engine in more ways than one.
That's right. They're a bit like the thermal helms. Fallen ceramics deal with heat like nothing else, see? And what's more, they're directional, transferring heat from the inside to the outside. But these things, they're all outside. If we line the hood with them, they'll reflect the heat right back into the furnace. We've collected as many as we can, and I know where we can get the rest. Trouble is, they're all watched over by their bigger, uglier cousins.
So you want me to visit some ruins, destroy some echoes, and bring back the spheres they're guarding?
That's it in a nutshell, yeah. We're only 3 short, mind, and we know exactly where they are. There's one up Amber Way, in that ruin that they call Lost Plume, and another in the Silent South, over in Dalmekia. Last one is in the ruins of Advent, which is in the Empire.
All right then. Wish me luck.
Will do. I'll be keeping all my fingers and toes crossed. Can't say I've ever been to the Silent Sound myself. Nor Advent, for that matter. I've hardly ever been out of the duchy, to tell you the truth. Did get the chance to visit Lost Plume once, though. What a piece of work that place is. Would have stuck around to study the relics more. If half of them hadn't been trying to blimmin' kill me.
Oke guys, ini kita diminta bantuan oleh si Owen ya, mencari sebuah material yang terletak di 3 lokasi guys. Nah, lokasinya itu ada 3 tempat ya guys ya. Kalau dicek di peta ini, kita tuh mesti traveling ke banyak lokasi guys. Even weather science ya. Di sini 1, terus ada di atas ini 1, dan terakhir itu di sini guys. Hawkscry Cliff ya. Yaudah kita langsung travel aja ya guys ya. Dan lokasinya itu cukup jauh guys, 430 yard di depan, dan nggak ada teleport point guys. So mau nggak mau kita jalan ya guys ya. Area open space ya. Apa itu guys musuhnya? Yang katanya the bigger and better guardian ya. Kayaknya iya guys, kita mesti kalahkan itu dulu. Nah, Woken Guardian.
I'll need to deal with these ones first.
Dia akan nembak biasanya. Bener ya guys, dia nembak. Oh, oke.
Nice try.
Wow. Oke. Stagger. Level 36 guys, dan lumayan banyak ya health point-nya dia. Ini kita baru kuras sepertiga guys, tapi bisa sih kita kill ini mas.
Too slow.
Oh, serangan dari belakang, yuk, nice. Oke. Dia stagger guys sebelum keluar jurusnya ya. Kita ajar lagi. Ini udah berkurang 2/3 dari hit pointnya dia guys. Ya harusnya nggak lama lagi bisa mati dia ya. Oh habis power kita. Nice try. Too slow. Oke.
Now to find this spherical echo.
Kita berhasil kalahin mereka guys. Kita ambil lagi. Ini dia. Baru dapat satu.
Right then. Just two more to find.
Iya, Clive 2 lagi ya. Hade, coba keliling kita guys. Next kita langsung traveling aja ke lokasi kita berikutnya. Saya ingatku di bawah ya. Nah ini guys. Nah ini kita udah sampai guys. Kita cek lokasinya. Lagi-lagi nggak ada teleport point yang dekat guys. Kita masih jalan kaki lagi. Nah. Tuh kalian lihat ya. Banyak penjaganya guys. Sudah ready mereka. Tinggal kita datang mereka aktif guys. Hello, sepada. Waduh. Blind spot ya guys. Oke, mereka udah pada KO semua harusnya nih guys. Oh, kena lagi. Oke, mana lagi? Buset, si Torgal ngekill sendiri. Nah, ini dia guys, item yang kedua.
Two down, one to go.
One to go. Alright, langsung aja kita pergi ke tempat berikutnya. Nah, di sini guys. Nah, ini kita udah tiba di Northridge ya. Dan lokasinya apakah harus jalan kaki lagi? Ya ampun, lah. Kok ke sini advance guys? Ini oh alah, ini jalannya belum kita buka toh. Ya udah guys, kita ke belakang ini dulu ya. Tempatnya di belakang ini guys. Untungnya di sini belum ada Aetherflood ya. Jadi binatang-binatangnya masih normal, nggak harus ditakil ya. Oh, ini guys, mereka akan bangun ya. Open bug ya. Alah. Ada pelindungnya. Oke. Yang bisa kasih spell sudah pada KO ya guys. Nggak kena, ya ampun. Wah, nggak bisa ke sana. Come here. Bisa pakai laser. Enough satu. Oh, kotak nggak bisa diakses guys. Nanti ya kita ambil ya. Oke, udah kelar. Mana kotak tadi? Mana kotak tadi? Nah. Alright, nice. Nah, kita ambil dulu guys itemnya ya.
That's all of them. Owen can uncross his toes now.
Oke, kita udah berhasil ngumpulin semua quest. Dan kalau dilihat di area sekitar nggak ada item yang bisa kita ambil lagi ya guys. Oke, ya udah kita langsung balik aja ke hideaway kita.
How was she? The Enterprise, I mean.
Ah, Sid. Wasn't expecting you back so soon. So, is it good news or bad?
Good, thankfully. Here.
Ah, that's brilliant. Thanks a blimmin' million. I'll fit 'em to the smelter right away. May I present to you the Telemon Furnace? Ain't bad, is she?
She's a beauty.
You saved my bacon again, Sid, and I ain't about to let your good deed go unrewarded.
It's fine, really. My bag's flexible enough already.
Oh, don't say that. I'm sure I can make a few improvements to it yet.
You could just buy me a bigger...
How about that clasp? Looks a bit stiff. Reckon you could loosen it up and make some more room? And I reckon I know how. With a new alloy we've been working on. The Telemon Furnace was just what we needed to perfect it. It's a metal, see? So it's lovely and strong, but it's also, well, stretchy, if you can believe it.
Stretchy metal. Well, if you insist.
That is the spirit. You'll love it, I promise. So, what do you reckon?
It's actually quite ingenious. Thank you, Owen.
Shh, don't mention it. You earned it. And I wanted to get some practice in using that metal anyway. Reckon we'll have all kinds of uses for it around the hideaway. Can't think of any right now, but that's our job, innit? Dreaming up new ways to make life easier around here. Maybe even out there, too. One day, the whole world's gonna know about the inventions you've helped us put together. That bag of yours will be the first of many. You mark my words.
They'll hardly believe their eyes, I'm sure.
Nah, kita dapetin ini guys, Expanded Potion Satchel ya guys ya. Jadi ini bisa menambah jumlah potion yang akan kita bawa traveling guys. Nice banget ya. So, kita dapetin item terakhir untuk item capacity plus, guys. Dan ini terakhir ya, jadi potion itu dari 6 jadi 8, high potion jadi 5, guys. Nah, selebihnya aku jarang pakai banget ya. Yang penting 2 item itu.
Right then. Let's get back to work. These world-changing inventions ain't gonna invent themselves.
Oke, thank you, Owen.
How was she?
Nah, sekarang kita akan pergi ke si Karen dulu, guys. Kita mau beli potion lagi ya, karena kita bisa bawa lebih banyak.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. Best.
Alright, langsung aja kita berburu potionnya si Karen.
It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that.
Ya, thank you.
Come again.
Dan uang kita banyak ya, guys. 320.000. Kita nggak pakai belanja sama sekali. Nah, kalau kita lihat di sini questnya udah pada beres, guys. Kita pindah ke world map dulu. Nah, di sini masih banyak quest tambahan, guys. So, kita kerjain satu-satu ya. Martha Stress dulu. Oke, ini kita udah tiba, guys, di Martha Rest. Dan questnya berada di dalam, guys. Apa si Martha langsung ya yang akan kasih kita quest? Yap, sepertinya dia langsung, guys.
Ah, Clive, I was just about to send for you. I'd like you to take something to Sir Wade up in Eastpool. Seeds for planting. Thought it was about time they started growing their own food. I'll keep providing them with whatever they need in the meantime, of course. But if Eastpool's going to survive, it's got to be able to fend for itself. As of those poor bearers. They've lived their whole lives in servitude, but now they're their own masters. Small wonder they ain't got the foggiest how to provide for themselves. So it's up to us to teach them. And if you're wondering why you, well, the wagoneers taking supplies up that way have been coming back with more and more reports of Akashic around the village of late. Sir Wade's putting a brave face on it, but I think even he's starting to worry. And if he's likely to share those concerns with anyone, it's you.
All right.
Thanks. Wouldn't ask if I didn't have to. There. That should be enough to keep him in Gazal Greens for a few years at least.
Gazal Greens.
Not the most mouth-watering crop, I'll admit. But they're hardy, they grow fast, and they fill a hole. Better that than something that'll wither away at first frost. And chocobos love 'em too, which is no small thing. When I say all of us need to pull together to get Eastpool back on its feet, I mean all of us. They ain't exactly succulent, but cook 'em right and they're just about bearable.
I'll take your word for it.
Anyway, Sir Wade'll know what to do with them. And if he don't, well, I'll go up there and show him myself.
I'm sure you will.
Get them Gazal green seeds up to Sir Wade in Eastpool, would you? And while you're there, ask him what the situation is with the Akashic over that way. He might actually tell you the truth.
Oke, guys, sekarang kita harus pergi ngantarin bibit Gishal Green, makanan kesukaannya Chocobo, guys, ke Sir Wade ya, yang berada di Eastpool. Aku jadi ingat di Eastpool itu kan komplek untuk pengungsian, guys. Jadi para pengungsi yang ada di seluruh kota ini berkumpul di sana karena tempat Martha Rest ini nggak bisa nampung semuanya ya. So kita cek aja untuk lokasinya, harusnya nggak jauh-jauh amat ya. Nah ini dia Eastpool, kita teleport aja guys. Oke, udah sampai secepat itu. Nah kita langsung aja cari Sir Wade ya. Nah ini dia guys.
Ah, Lord Rossfield. What brings you to Eastpool?
A delivery from Martha.
These are Gazal green seeds. Martha's keen to cut the apron strings then, is she? I jest, of course. You see, I had thought we might be able to revive the old wheat fields, but they'd long since gone to seed, only without the seeds.
Martha was hoping he might be able to show the bearers how to plant and tend these, so that they'll be able to fend for themselves.
That's not a bad idea. These bearers had only recently escaped their bonds before we brought them here. They know little of freedom, of providing for themselves and their loved ones. Unless we teach them how to live like free men, I fear that all we have achieved in bringing them here is to exchange one master for another. Not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example to them so far, subsisting almost entirely on Martha's charity as we do. It's about time we all started to provide for ourselves, bearers and Guardians alike. Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late to focus on much besides bolstering our defenses. There have been alarming reports of...
The Horde is closing in. They're coming, so wait, all of them.
Damn it all, I thought we'd have more time. Gather the men in the square. Send to the rest for reinforcements.
Yes, Sir Wade.
The Horde.
A Kashek, a veritable legion of them. They've been seen prowling around the northern reaches for a while now. We don't have the numbers to hold back a swarm that size. I had hoped to build a perimeter wall so that myself and the Guardians might be able to defend the village, but...
Now you're out of time.
Precisely. If reinforcements from the rest arrive before they do, we may just scrape through, but I fear that's rather an enormous if.
What if you could call on reinforcements from Eastpool?
You mean the bearers? We brought them here so they might live, not die fighting for their lives.
So wait. You said you lacked men to defend the village. Are the bearers not men? Do they not wish to see Eastpool saved? Though they may not be trained soldiers like your Guardians. What help they are able to offer could still prove the difference between victory and defeat.
You're right, my lord. I will appeal to them. My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter, to serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will, a home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
What are you doing?
All right. Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together. For Eastpool! For Eastpool! Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
Well, if it was numbers you were lacking, you certainly won't be now.
Thanks to you.
Me? Oh, I just love the sound of my own voice.
Lord Rossfield, my lady, we're ready.
So what's the plan of action?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments, each made up of guardians, bearers, and guards from the rest. These will position themselves at strategic points around the village. Upon engaging with the Akashic, each detachment will keep the creatures occupied as best they can, steadily retreating all the while.
You're going to lure them into the village?
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so injuries must be avoided at all costs. Instead, we will focus purely on defense at first. By coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers, we will aim to have the swarm converge at a point of our choosing. With luck, that point will be the village square, the perfect place for our most able warriors to surround them and fall upon them, and for you and I to finish them off.
A sound plan, but one that'll require a leader with a cool head and strong nerves to coordinate the retreat. I'd say you have both in abundance, Await, but you'll be needed. Please, leave the last of the fighting to me.
Ha! And let you have all the glory?
Sir Wade! They're here!
Then you know what you must do. We work together, everyone playing their part, each shielding the other that no man might fall, that Eastpool might live on. For Rosaria!
For Rosaria!
We've no time to argue, my lord. I'll do as you ask.
And I will do as you ask.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too then, eh?
Right you are, Martha.
The calm before the storm. And here it comes.
And here it comes.
We will not let this village fall.
Harusnya monsternya nggak terlalu susah ya guys. Ini udah langsung mati beberapa orang guys musuhnya ya. Goblin lagi. Oke. Mana eneminya? Oke, ini dia guys. Kita langsung hajar aja. Oke, tewas. Next please. Oke, mati guys. 3 wave ya, seperti biasa. Final Fantasy ini kayak musuhnya tuh 3 wave gitu loh guys. Oke, tewas. Next. Alright, selesai. Cuma monster biasa yang sudah berubah jadi Akashic ya guys. Nggak ada bossnya area, jadi kita gampang ngalahin mereka guys. Next, kita lihat lanjutan ceritanya ya.
Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rosfield! Change of plan!
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic curl's been sighted on Rhiannon's ride and is headed in their direction.
Well, the better half of her guard is here. So wait, how many Akashic remain in Eastpool?
Hard to say. My men are still facing some resistance, but I think the worst is behind us. I could order a detachment or two to fall back and...
No. Let them finish the job. You stay here too, Sir Wade. Your men need you. I'll go after the Curl. Join me only when Eastpool is won.
If you're sure, my lord. May the Founder protect you.
Alright guys, Curl itu kucing gede ya guys, yang punya kumis panjang itu guys. Nah, ini jaraknya itu ya lumayan lah ya. Kita jalan kaki aja guys, nggak ada pilihan. Sebab nggak ada travel point juga di sana.
Next one's mine.
Kita sapa dulu si Wade.
Curl was sighted on Rhiannon's ride back towards Martha's Rest.
Alright, alright.
Founder speed you, my lord.
Nah, di sini katanya si Curl-nya ya. Alright, ini dia guys.
There it is. With me, Toggle.
Nggak terlalu susah sih guys lawannya ya. Kalian tinggal perhatiin aja dia punya attack-nya. Oke, dah. Tinggal kita kasih gini aja dan kita attack. Udah hilang setengah dari health point-nya dia guys. Nice try. Come here, little kitty. Come here. Uh-oh. Oke, langsung aja guys. Berhasil ya kita kalian ya. Dan ini kurasa enemy terakhirnya. Dan harusnya si Siruet tadi juga berhasil ya mengusir Akashiknya dari desa itu guys.
Alright. Back to Eastpool.
Lord Rosfield, the Curl, is it?
It's dead.
Thank the Founder for that. And for you, my lord. We were able to eradicate the rest of the Horde. I have guardians posted around the village to keep watch for further attacks, but all seems quiet for now. I hesitate to say it, but I think it might be over.
I think it might.
We did it. We saved Eastpool. Thank you, my friends. Thank you.
No, Sir Wade. It's us who should be thanking you. You brought us together. Showed us what it means to fight for what you hold dear.
We never had nothing to call our own before. We didn't know what it meant to protect it, but now we do. We really do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade. You and your people saved us, and still we doubted you. but there's no doubt in my mind anymore. We're free men now, so we have to start acting like it. We have to fight to protect what's ours, to protect Eastpool.
And we shall. We all shall. Together. This is our home. And if anyone or anything tries to take it away,
they'll have us to answer to.
Come on then. Let's get to work.
This village isn't gonna rebuild itself.
They're not slaves anymore.
no. They're Rosarians. Your father took pity on the bearer's plight, and I believe if he were still with us today, this is what he would have wanted.
I believe you might be right.
I shall remain here, my lord, and do what I can to help rebuild the village. After all, this is my home now too, and I could hardly call myself an Eastpoolian if I didn't pull my weight.
I think you'll find it's Eastpudlian, Sir Wade. But you should be proud all the same. I'll have to pull my weight too. Can't have the rest getting outclassed. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back.
Can we continue to count on your support, Martha?
Of course, and I'll be counting on yours too. Us Rosarians have got to stick together, haven't we?
Indeed we have.
And Clive, come by the Golden Stables when you get the chance. I ain't paid you for delivering them seeds yet.
All right. I will.
Lord Rossfield, do you remember our very first mission together? Clearing the goblins from the Stillwind marshes?
How could I forget?
There's one sight that I shall never forget. You, facing off against that giant Morble. Not a trace of fear on your face. Since that day, there have been more than a few times when I felt like giving up. When the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor, I thought I may as well just lay down my sword and surrender. But every time, I would think back to the look in your eyes that day and remember what it means to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face, I shall never lose courage. Thanks to you.
So Wade, you have always been a true shield. I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of Rosaria, will be safe in your hands.
Thank you, my lord. I know the rest of the world will be safe in yours.
I'll do my best.
Thank you again for all you've done for me and mine, my lord. You may rest assured that Eastpool will be safe in my hands. Thanks to you.
Oke guys, kita udah menyamakan Eastpool bersama dengan Sir Wade. So sekarang kita mesti balik ke Martares ya guys. At least kita ngelapor dulu bahwa kerja kita udah selesai guys. Nah ini kita udah kembali ke Martares dan kita cari si Martha ya guys. Infonya sih dia akan tetap kirim bantuan ke Eastpool selagi ngajarin para bearer nih untuk jadi mandiri ya. At least bisa bercocok tanam lah.
The hero returns. It's lucky you came by when you did, eh? Not only did my seeds get delivered, but you went and saved Eastpool and all.
I just did what I could.
And it's only right that you get rewarded for it. Take it before I change my mind.
Thank you, Martha.
So, Eastpool's finally back on its feet again. And a home to free bearers. Who'd have thought we'd see the day, eh?
Well, it was your idea.
I know that, but I never stopped to think what it would mean. Bearers in charge of themselves, thinking for themselves, working for themselves. Like your hideaway, but not even hidden away. Though I suppose the rest ain't much different nowadays. You know, bearers living free like that reminds me of when I first met Sid. Loath as I am to recall that particular day.
I take it you didn't always see eye to eye. What happened?
Well, if you really want to know, I started doing what I do long before I met Sid. In fact, that's how I met him. Or at least how he came to meet me. He showed up at the stables one day, asking questions about who'd been buying up bearers. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around in their innards. Something awful anyway. Me, I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. But somehow we both managed to work out what each other was about. And before I knew it, the cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. After all my hard work. Told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. That my bearers were still dying as slaves. Got right under my skin, it did. Told him if he didn't like it, he could bugger off and report me to the garrison. And do you know what he did? He smiled. And then he laughed. And then I did the same. We made a pact that day, that whenever one of us was in need, the other would always be there for him.
And you were?
Well, we both wanted the same thing, to make life better for bearers. Just like your dad. Do you know I was born right around the time Elwyn became Archduke? Growing up, I saw how he tried to change things. He certainly didn't lack for ambition, that one.
Indeed. But the loftier one's ambitions, the harder they are to achieve. Which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to finish what people like Sid and my father started.
Suppose you're right, aye. And if we don't manage it, there's always them who come after us. Good thing we've got a few half-decent sorts waiting in the wings, eh? It's almost enough to give you a little bit of hope.
Just a little.
Anyway, enough nattering. Better get back to work. Let's see about making everyone some dinner, shall we? The least the folks who saved Eastpool deserve is a hot meal. And you and me ain't gonna save the world on an empty stomach neither.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Don't worry, Clive. You went alone in this fight. Whenever you find yourself in need, be it of money, men, or a bowl of hot stew, the stable's door is always open.
And that's it guys untuk quest kali ini ya. Jadi kita udah menyamarkan si Martha dan juga untuk orang-orang di Eastpool udah kita bantuin ya. So seharusnya mereka udah aman untuk tinggal di sana guys dalam waktu yang cukup panjang. So guys, thank you banget udah nonton sampai ini video ini ya. Make sure kamu subscribe agar tidak ketinggalan update berikutnya di channel ini guys. Dan juga subscribe kamu akan ngebantu channel ini biar bisa tumbuh dan grow up ya guys ya. Thank you terus for kamu guys. So sampai jumpa lagi kita di chapter berikutnya. Stay gaming and stay happy.